Hello students, let's study the fourth part of the chapter, which is interest. Okay. Under interest, there are again four parts, which is simple interest, compound interest, nominal rate of interest, and effective rate of interest. First we'll solve problems of compound interest and simple interest, and then we'll see the other part. Okay. Now, what is simple interest and what is compound interest? Simple interest is the interest that is paid on original amount of money that has been borrowed or invested. If the interest is calculated on the original amount, that is the principal, it is called simple interest. And compound interest is calculated on both principal amount and its accrued interest. Now let me explain you with an example. Okay. Suppose in case of simple interest, what happens? Suppose my principal amount is 10,000. The amount what you are investing, okay, is called as the principal. Okay. So I am investing 10,000 in a fixed deposit with simple interest of, suppose, with simple interest of 10%. Okay. So that my calculation becomes easy for 3 years. So I am investing 10,000 for 3 years and my rate of interest is 10%. Okay. And simple interest. Okay. In simple interest, the amount which is borrowed or amount which is invested, okay, that is the principal amount and the interest is charged only on the principal amount. For example, now first year, okay, now first year I'll get 10% interest. So 10,000 into 10% will be 1,000, correct? 10,000 into 10% comes to 1,000. So interest on first year is 1,000, right? Second year, also my principal amount is 10,000. So 10,000 into 10%, again 1,000, right? And third year, again I am earning only 1,000. So my principal amount is 10,000. Interest I am earning in 3 years is 1,000 every year. So 3,000 is my interest, right? So this 1,000 every year is calculated on the principal amount itself. Right. So the formula for simple interest is P into N into R. Okay. P is the principal, N is period, and R is rate of interest. Okay. Now principal is 10,000, period is 3 years, and rate of interest is 10%. So 10 upon 100. So 10,000 into 3 into 10%, it comes to 3,000. So my simple interest is 3,000. Okay. So you know what is P? P is the principal amount, right? N is the period in terms of years. R is the rate of interest per annum. Okay. And what is A? A means amount. Amount will be principal plus interest is amount. So 10,000 I have invested and I have earned 3,000 during 3 years. So 13,000 is the amount. I invest 10,000, I receive back 13,000. Right? And this is amount. But in case of compound interest, how it is? In case of compound interest, suppose I invest, my principal amount is 10,000. Okay. Rate of interest is 10%. Period is 3 years. So in case of compound interest, what happens? Now 10,000 I have invested. Okay. So first year, 10,000 into 10%, So 1000 is the interest, right? So now this has become 11,000. Second year, my interest will be on 11,000. So 11,000 into 10%, 11,000 into 10% is 1,100, right? So at the beginning of the third year, my amount becomes 12,100, right? And the third year, I earn interest on 12,100. So in case of compound interest, what happens? You get interest on interest. Okay, so it comes to 1210. Okay, so my amount becomes 13,310. So in case of simple interest, when I'm investing in simple interest for 3 years, my amount was 13,000. My amount was 13,000, but in case of compound interest, my amount is 13,310. So I'm earning 310 more. Okay, so in compound interest, my interest is 3,310. So I am earning 310 more in compound interest because I am getting interest on interest. Correct? Okay, now let's see the first question. Sorry. Okay, now let's see the first question. Simple interest formula is P into N into R. P is principal, N is period or terms, R is rate of interest. Amount is equal to principal plus interest. So the formula for amount will be, it's not important, P plus P into N into R. You take the P common, so it will be 1 plus NR. Okay, this is not important. You just have to remember simple interest formula is P into N into R, and amount is principal plus interest. Okay, let's see the first question. Find the simple interest on 10,000 for 7% for 4 years. Okay, calculate along with me. Find the simple interest on 10,000. That means 10,000 is my principal. Rate of interest is 7%. So this is my R for 4 years. That means this is the period, which is N. So therefore, simple interest is equal to P into N into R. 10,000 into period is 4 into 7%. 7% or 7 upon 10. Instead of writing 7%, I'll write 7 upon 100. Not 7 into 10, sorry, 7 upon 100. 7% means 7 upon 100. Right? So, which comes to 2,800. Okay? So, simple interest is asked. Find the simple interest. So, simple interest comes to 2,800. Let's see the next problem. Rupees 13,200 is deposited with the bank, amounted to rupees 15,180 in 2 years at a simple rate of interest. Find the rate of interest. Okay. Now, principal amount is 13,200 because 13,200 is deposited with the bank and it became 15,180. That means this is my A. 13,200 after 2 years, that means this is my N, it became 15,180. So principal is given, which is 13,200, amount is given, which is 15,180, and N is given, which is 2 years. Okay, you have to find R. R you don't know. They have asked to find simple rate of interest. So rate of interest is asked, means R is asked. Okay. Now principal is given, amount is given. Can you find out the interest? Interest will be amount minus principal, correct? So which is 15,180 minus 13,200. How much this comes to? 15,180 minus 13,200. 15,180 minus 13,200. It comes to 1,980. 1,980. This is the simple interest, correct? Now you have to find R. So simple interest, you know it is a simple interest question. So simple interest is equal to P into N into R. Interest is 1,980. P is 13,200. N is 2 years. You don't know R. Find out R. So R is equal to 1980 divided by 13,200 into 2. Okay. So which is 1980 divided by 13,200 into 2 will become 26400. When you calculate 1980 divided by 26,400, it comes to 0.075. Okay, which is you just multiply by 100, you will get 7.5. So it is either 0.075 or 7.5%. So rate of interest is 7.5%. Okay. Now let's see the next problem. A sum of money doubles in 8 years. Okay. At a certain rate of simple interest. It is a simple interest question. Find the simple rate interest at the same rate of simple interest. How much time it takes to triple itself? Okay. This question is divided in 2 parts. Okay. A sum of money doubles in 8 years. That means if I deposit 100 today, after 8 years it will become 200. Correct? So let my principal amount be 100. So let principal is equal to 100. If principal is 100, that means amount will be 200. If I deposit 100 today, it will become 200 after 8 years. So N is given as 8 years. At the certain rate, find the simple rate of interest. You have to find simple interest. Okay. Let's find out. So simple interest is equal to P into N into R. Find the simple rate interest. Simple rate interest means you have to find R. R you don't know. You have to find out R. Okay. Now, simple interest. Interest is amount minus principal. Correct? So, amount minus principal means 200 minus 100. Amount minus principal. Okay. And P into N into R. P is 100. N is 8 years. And R is, you don't know, you have to find out. So simple interest is 100 is equal to 100 into 8 into R. Right? So R is equal to 100 divided by 800. Okay. When you solve 100 divided by 800, you will get 0.125. Or you can also write it as 12.5%. Okay. This is the first part of the question where you are finding rate of interest, which is R. Okay. Now, a sum of money doubles in 8 years at certain rate of simple interest. Find the simple rate interest. You are supposed to find out R. So you have found out R is 12.5%. At the same rate of simple interest, now let's see the second part. Okay, at the same rate of simple interest, how much time it takes to triple itself? That means what will be N to triple itself? That means if P is equal to 100, then A will be 300 to triple itself, correct? R you have already calculated, it is 12.5%, and you have to find out N. How much time it takes to triple the money, right? Okay. Now, same way, now simple interest amount is principal minus, not principal, amount minus principal. Amount minus principal is interest, right? So, amount is 300, principal is 100. So, 300 minus 100, it comes to 200. That means my interest is 200. And you know the simple interest formula. Simple interest is equal to P into N into R. So P is, now let's substitute. Simple interest is 200, P is 100, N is you don't know, so write it as it is, and R is 12.5%. So 12.5 upon 100. Okay, let's find the value of N. So N is equal to 200 upon 12.5. Okay, when you calculate this 200 upon 12.5, it comes to 16. So that means 16 years. So N is equal to 16 years. Okay. Now let's see the next question. Find the simple interest on rupees 7,000 at 8% for 1 year, 1 month and 6 days. Okay. Now here the period is 1 year, 1 month and 6 days. Okay, so let's convert this 1 month and 6 days also in terms of years. Okay, so N is equal to 1 year plus 1 month plus 6 days. Okay, so 1 year is 1 year only. 1 month means you convert it into year. Okay, so there are 12 months in a year, correct? So 1 by 12. Okay, 6 days, there are 365 days in a year, so 6 by 365. So now you have converted month also in year and days also in year. Okay, so 1 plus, just calculate 1 upon 12. Always take 4 decimals, okay, and then round off. So 0.0833. And 6 by 365, when you calculate, it comes to 0.0164. Okay, total it comes to 1.0997. So my N is 1.0997. Okay, find the simple interest on 7,000. That means this is my P. Okay, 8%, this is my R, and N is given. You have to find out simple interest. So simple interest is equal to P into N into R. P is 7,000, N is 1.0997, R is 8%, so 8 by 100. Okay. So when you calculate this, it comes to 615.832. Okay, so a simple interest amount comes to 615.832. Right? Okay, now let's see the next problem. At what rate of simple interest does a principal doubles itself in 4 years? Okay, so principal is getting doubled. So if principal is 100, then amount will become 200, right? And period is given as 4. You have to find rate of interest, right? So you know principal is 100, amount is 200. That means interest is equal to amount minus principal, which is 200 minus 100. So 100 is my interest rate, right? So simple interest is equal to P into N into R. Now simple interest is 100, P is also 100, N is 4, you don't know R, right? So R is equal to 100 divided by 100 into 4, which is 1 by 4, which is equal to 0.25 or 25%. So R is equal to 0.25 or 25%. Correct? Okay. Let's see the next problem. Calculate the simple interest at 6% on a principal amount of rupees 1,500 for 6 months and 10 days. Okay. Calculate the simple interest at 6%. So R is given on a principal amount of rupees 1,500. Okay. So P is given for 6 months and 10 days. 6 months and 10 days is your N. Correct? Let's convert 6 months and 10 days into year. So N is equal to 6 months plus 10 days. Okay. 6 months means 6 by 12 year, and 10 days you convert into year, so 10 upon 365. Okay. So 6 by 12 means 0.5. 6 months means 0.5 year. Okay. And 10 days means 10 upon 365. When you calculate, it comes to 0.0274. Okay. So 0.5274. 6 months and 10 days means 0.5274 year. Okay. So I converted 6 months 10 days in year. Okay. So you know P, you know N, you know R. Please calculate simple interest. Simple interest is equal to P into N into R. P is 1,500, N is 0.5274 multiplied by R, that means 6%, that is 6 upon 100. So calculate this. It comes to 47.47. Okay, so simple interest is 47 rupees 47 paise. Okay. Now let's see the next question. A person borrowed 10,000 for a period of 3 years, calculate the amount that the person has to repay with 10% simple interest. Okay, this is the principal. A person borrowed 10,000, so 10,000 is the principal. Period is 3 years, that means n is 3, and rate of interest is 10% per annum. You have to calculate what the person has to repay, correct? So you have to calculate a amount. Okay, you have to find, so P is 10,000, N is 3 years, and R is 10%. You have to find out A. Calculate the amount that the person has to repay, and they have said it is simple interest. Okay, so amount you have to calculate. Okay, amount is principal plus interest, correct? Amount is principal plus interest, and here interest is given as simple interest. So amount is equal to principal plus P into N into R, because simple interest, that's why P into N into R, right? So amount is equal to P into 1 plus NR. You don't need to do this, okay? You can just calculate as it is. Okay, now principal is 10,000 plus 10,000 into N is 3 years, so 3 into rate of interest 10%, so 10 upon 100, right? So 10,000 plus 10,000 into 3 into 10%, it comes to 3,000, so 13,000. Okay, so 13,000 has to be returned. Now let's see the next question. A sum of money at simple interest amounts to 1020 and 1105 in 4 years and 6 years respectively. Find the rate of interest and the principal. Okay, principal is not given, but they have given that after 4 years amount becomes 1020 and after 6 years amount becomes 1105. Okay, so you know the amount, right? So amount after 4 years, and you know amount after 6 years. Okay, so amount is equal to principal plus interest. So instead of interest, I will write the formula, which is P into N into R. P into N into R. Okay, so there are two equations, which is one is after 4 years and one is after 6 years. Okay, so amount becomes 1020 after 4 years. So my equation 1 will be 1020 is equal to P plus P into, instead of writing N, I will write 4 years, and R you don't know, right? So this I can rewrite, which is 1020 is equal to P plus 4PR. This is my equation 1. My second equation, amount becomes 1105 after 6 years, right? So 1105 is equal to P plus 6PR. This is my second equation. Okay, so after 4 years my amount is 1020, and after 6 years my amount is 1105. So I have got two equations. Okay, now I have to find out rate of interest and principal. That means I have to find P as well as R. Okay. Now I have two equations and there are two variables also. So it's easy to solve. Let's subtract equation 2 with equation 1. Okay. So equation 2 minus equation 1. So I'll rewrite. Okay. 1105 is equal to P plus 6PR, and 1020 is equal to P plus 4PR. Okay. Now I am subtracting. So plus will become minus, plus will become minus, and plus will become minus. Okay. So 1105 minus 1020. How much it comes to? 1105 minus 1020. It comes to 850. Okay. Is equal to plus P minus P, which is 0. So cancel. Right. 6PR minus 4PR. 6PR minus 4PR is 2PR. Right. 850 is equal to 2PR. Okay. So therefore PR is equal to 850 upon 2. Okay. So 850 upon 2 comes to 850 divided by 2, 425. Right. So PR is equal to 425. Fine. Okay. Now I know value of PR is 425. So substitute this in any one of the equation. Okay. Substituting PR is equal to 425 in equation 1. Now my equation 1 is 1020 is equal to P plus 4PR. 1020 is equal to P plus 4PR, and PR is 425, right? So 1020 is equal to P plus 4 into 425. Okay. Just a second. One 1105 minus 1020. 1105 minus 1020. It comes to 85, not 850. Sorry. It comes to 85, not 850. Sorry. Yeah. 1105 minus 1020, it comes to 85. So 85 divided by 2. 85 divided by 2 will be 42.5. 42.5. Okay. And so substituting PR is equal to 42.5 in equation 1. 1020 is equal to P plus 4PR. Instead of PR, I will write 42.5. Okay. Now you find out value of P. Okay. So 1020. Okay, fine. Is equal to P plus 4 into 42.5. It comes to 170. Okay. So P is equal to 1020 minus 170. So when you subtract, then this P becomes 850. So P is equal to 850. Now you know P, can you find out R? Take the same equation, you know value of P, okay, you can find out R. Now my equation here is, I'm taking the first equation itself, okay, and I'm substituting P is equal to 850 in equation 1, okay, substituting P is equal to 850 in equation 1. You can use any equation, okay, or instead of using that, I can use this only. PR is equal to 42.5, okay, instead of using this, I can use this only. PR is equal to 42.5, right? So you have already calculated that PR is equal to 42.5, and you know the value of P is 850, right? So substitute that. So 850 into R is equal to 42.5. So R is equal to 42.5 divided by 850. When you do 42.5 divided by 850, you get 0.05 or 5%. I'll just check. 42.5 divided by 850. 42.5 divided by 850. Yeah, it comes to 0.05. Okay. Please take down. Now let's see the next question. A man has lent rupees 800 for 3 years and rupees 630 for 5 years to two persons at the same rate of simple interest. Okay, interest rate is same. He received 41.50 more as interest from one than what he received as interest from the other. What is the rate of simple interest? Okay. So for first person, he gave some money. No, he gave 800 rupees. That means P is given, and 3 years. And so, okay, let's start. Okay. Now this is a simple interest question, right? So for the first person, I'll write first person. For the first person, rate of interest is not given, but principal amount is given and period is also given, correct? So simple interest is equal to P into N into R. Okay. Simple interest is equal to P is 800, N is 3 years, and R you don't know, so I'll write R as it is. Okay. So simple interest is equal to 800 into 3. 800 into 3 comes to 2400, and R I'll write as it is. So for first person, simple interest is equal to 2400 R. That is the simple interest. Okay. Now for the second person, principal is 630 for 5 years. Okay. So simple interest is equal to P into N into R, and principal amount is 630, and period is 5 years. Okay, R is same, you don't know how much it is. Okay, rate of interest is same for both the case, so I'll write R as it is. Okay, so for the second person, simple interest is 630 into 630 into 5. So 630 into 5 comes to 3150, right? And R I'll write as it is. Okay, so simple interest for first person is 2400 R, simple interest for second person is 3150 R. Which one is greater? 3150 is greater, right? Obviously it will be greater because no 3150 R is greater than 2400 R. Okay, and they have said he received 41.50 more as interest from one than the other. That means the difference between the two is 41.50, right? And 3150 is greater than 2400. So 3150 R minus 2400 R is equal to 41.50, which is given. They have said the difference between both the interest is 41.50. Okay, so 3150 R is greater than 2400 R, so you will write 3150 R first. Okay, so 3150 minus 2400, how much it comes to? It comes to 750. 750 R is equal to 41.50. So R is equal to 41.50 divided by 750. So it comes to 0.0553 or 5.53%. Okay. Now let's see the next question. Find the rate of simple interest at which a sum of rupees 1500 will become 1815 in 3 years. Okay, 1500 will become 1815. That means principal is 1500 and amount is 1815 in 3 years. That means n is 3 and you have to find out R. Okay, so amount is given, P is given. That means simple interest is equal to A minus P, right? So 1815 minus 1500, how much it comes to? 315, correct? So interest is 315, right? You know interest, you know N, you know P, you have to find R. So simple interest is equal to P into N into R. P is given as 1500, N is 3 years, you don't know R, and simple interest is 315. Okay, please calculate R. So R is equal to 315 upon 1500 multiplied by 3. So when you calculate this, it comes to 0.07 or 7%. Okay. Let's see the next problem. Mr. X deposited into a bank in the form of 2 fixed deposits of same amount. The first deposit was for 2 years and 6 months at 9% per annum simple interest. The second one was made for 3 years and 9 months at 10% per annum simple interest. Over the periods he received a total simple interest of 4,800 on both the deposit. Calculate the sum of each deposit. Okay, you have to calculate P, and P is same in both the cases, right? Mr. X deposited into a bank in the form of two fixed deposit the same amount. That means same amount means P is same for both the cases. So interest on first deposit, okay, will be P into N into R, right? So instead of writing interest on first deposit, I'll write simple interest 1. Okay, I'll name it as simple interest 1, and for second one I'll name it as simple interest 2, because simple interest will be different in both the cases. Okay, principal is same, so I'm not naming it as 1 and 2. I'll just write as it is, which is P. First deposit was 2 years 6 months, that means 2.5 years, correct? That means 2.5 years. 6 months is half a year, no? So that means 2.5. So 2 years and 6 months, 2.5 years. And simple interest rate is 9% per annum. So 9 upon 100. Okay. So 2.5 into 9 divided by 100. It comes to 0.225 P. P I have to write as it is. So simple interest 1 is equal to 0.225 P. Interest on second deposit. Okay, now interest on second deposit, I'll name it as simple interest 2. Okay, P into N into R. Simple interest, you don't know how much it is. P is same, so I'm naming it same. N is 3 years 9 months. Okay, 3 years 9 months means, I'll write it here, N is equal to 3 plus 9 months. So 9 months is 9 by 12, correct? When you do 9 by 12, it will come to, let's calculate, 9 divided by 12, it comes to 0.75, yeah, 0.75. So 3.75. So N is 3.75. And rate of interest is 10%. So 10 by 100. So when you calculate this, 3.75 multiplied by 10 divided by 100, it comes to 0.375 P. So simple interest 2 is equal to 0.375 P. Okay, so this is my simple interest 1, this is my simple interest 2. And it is given that total of both the interest is 4,800, right? So simple interest 1 plus simple interest 2 is equal to 4,800. It is given that 4,800 is the total of both the simple interests. Total simple interest is equal to 4,800 on both the deposits. Okay, so simple interest 1 is 0.225 P and simple interest 2 is 0.375 P. So 0.225 plus 0.375. It will come to 0.6. So 4,800 is equal to 0.6 P. So P is equal to 4,800 divided by 0.6. So P is equal to, when you calculate this, it comes to 8,000. Okay, so sum of each deposit, therefore sum of each deposit is rupees 8,000. So principal amount comes to 8,000. Okay, that's it for the day, students. Have a great day. Thank you very much. Okay, I want you all to write a formula of compound interest and keep ready for the next class. So these are the formulas of compound interest. So compound interest amount is equal to P into 1 plus R raised to N, and from this we know the formula of P also. P is equal to A divided by 1 plus R raised to N. N is equal to log A minus log P upon log 1 plus R, and R is equal to antilog of log A minus log P upon N minus 1. Okay. In the next class, we will solve questions of compound interest. That's it for the day, students. Have a great day. Thank you very much.